Comparative adjectives, not as. The white wine is not as expensive as the red wine. You know how to compare two things by using comparative adjectives. Adding er, taller, older, faster. Adding er and doubling the final consonant, bigger, hotter, thinner. Removing y and adding ier, easier, friendlier, prettier. Adding more or less to long words. More expensive, less popular, more interesting. And irregular comparatives. Better, farther, worse. There's another structure that you can use. Not as adjective as. Running is not as fast as biking. This means biking is faster than running. Canada is not as hot as Ecuador. This means Ecuador is hotter than Canada. Helen is not as friendly as her husband. This means Helen's husband is friendlier than she is. Movies are not as interesting as books. This means books are more interesting than movies. Playing video games is not as good as exercising. This means exercising is better than playing video games. In this structure, we don't use er or more with the adjective. This shirt isn't as prettier as that blouse is incorrect. The correct sentence is, this shirt isn't as pretty as that blouse. Last week's test wasn't as worse as the previous one is incorrect. The correct sentence is, last week's test wasn't as bad as the previous one. Comparative adjectives, quantifiers. The dog is slightly bigger than the cat. The elephant is much bigger than the cat. Comparative adjectives are used to compare two things. Quantifiers show if the difference is big or small. Quantifiers showing a big difference. A lot. A great deal. Far. Much. Significantly. Considerably. Way. Quantifiers showing a small difference. A little. A bit. Slightly. Marginally. A shade. A hair. A tad. These quantifiers can be used both to show a more difference and a less difference. This car is a bit more expensive than this motorcycle. This motorcycle is a bit less expensive than this car. This house is way bigger than that apartment. That apartment is way smaller than this house. These quantifiers cannot be used with the not as adjective as structure. My brother is much not as old as me is incorrect. The correct sentence is, my brother is much younger than me. Jill is a little not as tall as Kim is incorrect. The correct sentence is, Jill is a little shorter than Kim. Comparative or superlative. Comparatives are used to compare two things. The boy is taller than the girl. The girl is shorter than the boy. The boy is older than the girl. The girl has longer hair than the boy. The superlative is used to compare three or more things. The brush on the left is the biggest. The brush on the right is the smallest.